Here, read this.
Woof.
Hello everybody, Ash here from the Ear Read This podcast. Recently I've released an episode on The Black Arrow by Robert Louis Stevenson. I've also uploaded to YouTube a short introductory video just telling you a little bit about the basics of the book. I've linked both of those in the episode description box below if you want to check those out. Today we're going to change things up a little bit and watch a bizarre adaptation I found of The Black Arrow from the 1980s and Australia. There are actually surprisingly quite a number of Black Arrow adaptations, given that it's not one of Robert Louis Stevenson's better known works. On YouTube alone, I think there is a version from the 1940s and also a version starring Oliver Reed dubbed into Russian.
Він має якийсь план, але й у мене є план.
But today we're going to stick to this animated version from Australia, and it's really quite something. Stevenson knocked out the Black Arrow in just a few months, and it seems like the animation team took a similar approach.
Such a nice boy, too.
There are some absolutely incredible accents on show.
I wonder which side the loyal Sir Daniel supports in this coming fight. York? Lancaster? It's so confusing. Complaints, always complaints.
But surprisingly, it is actually quite a faithful retelling of Stevenson's book. So today, I thought I'd show you a few highlights.
There is nothing so beautiful, so peaceful as the English countryside in springtime. It is a place for happiness, for poetry, for peace. Sadly, there are times when this is not so.
We all remember swine flu.
The House of Lancaster, whose banner was the Red Rose, and the House of York, who followed the White Rose. And so it was named the War of the Roses.
Gets very used to that theme.
People of Ketley, a battle is impending, and Sir Daniel Brackley... Sir Daniel Brackley...
I think this guy might have been the only genuine Brit in the cast.
Sends for every man who can draw a bow or wield a sword.
He sounds like he's just done a Alan Bennett play.
Sir Daniel Brackley, he shall have the last for killing Sir Harry Shelton, 15 summers past. Signed, John the Avenger.
John the Avenger.
Often overlooked among the Avengers, isn't he, John?
Sit a while, Dick, and eat. I will need you later.
Oh, the eating in this film is just bizarre, and licking as well. There's so much Tom and Jerry like sort of flirting with food or rendered stupefied with infatuation with food. It's odd.
You will pay the tax, and that's final.
If you listen closely to that bit, I think he, not to be blue, but I think he actually shits himself on impact. Just play that back.
And that's final.
Yeah, you can detect. It's actually, they shouldn't have included that. I think it's insensitive. I think when men get to a certain age, they cannot be kicked through a door without actually shiting themselves on landing.
No harm.
Oh, lad, it's mere mud. Take off your clothes and dry yourself in the sun.
Take off my clothes? Oh, never. I'll be all right. Did you hear something?
No, nothing. Huh. You're as jumpy as a frightened little girl.
And you're sharp as a brick, Dick.
But they will surely catch us.
Trust me, John.
What an oddly sleazy trumpet. Don't know if that is actually a trumpet, but it's pure filth, whatever it is. And the slide whistle there actually really papers over the fact that those two drowned in real life. See, Dick's so tense, his eyes actually change colour.
Come, lad. What sort of a boy are you, anyway?
Oh, Dick, man.
We should use a few of those black arrows to bring down a deer.
No. The black shafts have a special purpose.
Farewell for now, John. You are a strange lad, but have been a good friend.
Dick, man. What I don't get about this film is that the animation is so frequently shoddy, and yet the backgrounds are occasionally like super detailed and clearly they've had lots of work put into them. That's like a triptych or something. That's quite a crazy amount of detail to do for this short interior scene.
While they search for this maid Joanna, we can escape. John, do you know this Joanna?
Oh, like even Joanna's beginning to feel sorry for you, dude.
A maid? What? Who are...
Who are? You calling her a whore? Who are?
Joanna Sedley? The maid I was to marry? But why are you dressed as a boy?
Thought you might be into it, Dick, to be honest.
I didn't want you to know who I was.
But you are not ugly.
And you are not fat.
Oh, I'll save it for the wedding vows, guys. What the hell is that?
Tis the good abbot of Holywood.
No, it's not. It's some kind of mole man.
A secret passage.
Aye, Dick. Come quickly. I must get back to the chapel before I am missed.
Who, though? Who's missing you?
What are you doing here, Father?
I was on my way to Holywood when word came of an imminent attack. I foolishly sought shelter here.
That's a funny way to say after my ancestor fell down a well and subsequently interbred with moles for generations, this is the only home I've ever known. Really weirdly inconsistent physics in the world of this film. Quite a lot of the time it feels like it's trying to be just about realistic, and then Tom and Jerry shit like this happens. Like, that's like a superpower. Maybe that's John the Avenger.
Boy or maid, Joanna Sedley, you are the one for me.
At this point, I'm a bit worried about Dick, because he's still not 100% on whether or not she's a boy or a maid. Oh, Dick!
Welcome, Master Shelton.
You are the Black Arrow?
The same.
More like the Grey Arrow.
You knew my father?
Aye, and you are much like him.
He was also shot. This film is extraordinary on many counts. It contains the only time I've ever seen an animated character late for their entrance.
We shall find her. I swear it, Dick.
And now we have the most mind-blowing line delivery in the whole film.
Exactly do we support now?
Yuck!
Was that an actor or a bird?
Yuck!
Food again, Lawless. You are a disgrace.
What food, Master? Clothes. I found them.
Does that imply he killed them? He killed the monks. That sort of I found them. Dick's face says it all. Like you killed some men of God.
Richard. Oh, Dick. Dick.
Oh, Dick.
Fear not, Dick. I think this will be a very short service.
He's definitely killed people. Innocent people.
'Tis true. She's to be married to that fat pig Shoreby on the morrow.
I mean, we've heard a lot about how fat this groom is. I mean, how fat is he? Oh, God.
Let us pray. Dear Lord, on this most joyous of days, we beseech you to vouchsafe your blessings on this happy couple.
He's not like some old fat guy. He's clearly a half man, half mole hybrid that didn't quite take.
Right?
Treachery! Treason! Save me! Save me!
Stop! Cease! Desist! Oh, this is a house of God! Oh dear! Let us pray again!
I mean, say what you like about this film, but they really nailed bishops. Did you hear that? One of those men is clearly of a certain age and too old to run into a church door without shitting his britches. I'm sorry to say it, but...
Next time, be less tardy.
So here's Richard of Gloucester, future Richard III. And funnily enough, this film, which has not been shy of making people, physical freaks, makes Richard, often portrayed as having a crookback, as kind of normal.
Lawless? What magic is this? The food is excellent.
I found a book of recipes at Shoreby Abbey.
You killed a chef. You can tell he nearly stuck it up him.
I told you I would see you safely to Holywood Abbey, John Matcham.
And so you did, Sir Richard.
I preferred their earlier wedding vows. You're not ugly and you're not fat. But there we go. There it is, the animated, and take these off. Black Arrow, courtesy of Australia. That's it for this one. I will be back at some point with something bookish, or looking at another strange adaptation. Maybe that's what I will call this. Until next time, I hope you have time to listen to the podcast sometime over the week. All that's left for me to say is happy reading.
Yuck!